Um, Good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Um, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Here again. Shout out to everybody in the comments. Guys, I feel like shit. I feel terrible. I feel sick to my stomach. My head hurts. Um, I feel horrible because I just sat through a speech from Pelosi, Schumer, Kamala, and Biden. That's the worst just about an hour I've ever had in my life. It's bad enough to sit through a speech from either one of those people. But I just sat through a speech from all of them. That shit sucked. I'd rather punch myself in the nuts than to do that ever again. Holy shit, people. It's official. They hate us, and they think we have the same brain function as a river rock. They think we are dumb and ignorant as shit. They have to. They have to. Because if you listen to what they said, that's exactly what they think. They are horrible people. Not even talking about the way they do their job. They are horrible individuals. The lies and bullshit and senile ramblings that came out of those people. Now, I know Biden is King Mushmouth. He's on the mountain. He's on the Mount Olympus of I can't talk. Got it. But nipping at his old crusty heels is Kamala Harris and Nancy Popov Pelosi, the vodka vixen. She had a few before she got up there. Not only could you tell by her words, you can tell by these crazy hand gestures she kept doing. That woman was lit up from the tit up, and we've seen her tits. She was faded, feeling X-rated. That shit was horrible. It kicked off with her. Then Schumer. So, you know, when Pelosi and Schumer get together, I call him Schelosi. They kicked it off. Her, then him. He just looks, he's the embodiment of slimy. He's like a human weasel. He just looks deviant. He looks like he's up to something. He just looks fucking evil. I can't stand Chuck Schumer. But Nancy. First, all right, hold on, guys. Before I got a whole page of notes from that speech. I got timestamps. People, it was like being in a zoo and an elephant swallowed something. So I get tasked with the job of sifting through this giant pile of elephant shit looking for something that he or she shouldn't have eaten. I was presented with a giant 500-pound pile of elephant shit called their speech and had to sift through the nuggets. Ugh. Guys, it was horrible. And I need your help. All right, I need your help. I don't need you to be play. And I'm telling you now, there will be lots of opportunities for playness, for play activities. But I need you guys to be mature and help me decipher what this fool said. Okay? You need to help me. Now, Tammy, Lala HK, I got your email, Tammy. I didn't get a chance to do that because I was watching this speech and I looked up and it was 12:58. So I will take care of that as far as making you guys a couple of mads, okay? Anybody else who wants to help out with that, JerichoGreen2018@gmail.com. But honestly, I had every intention of doing that, Tammy A, but I started watching this damn speech and there was too much. I couldn't get it all. There were just too many morsels in there. There were too many little corn kernels and pieces of peanut in this pile of shit for me to take out. Too many. I did my best. I had to start my live stream. Guys, I just sat through a speech from Pelosi, Schumer, Harris, and Biden. Do you know what that does to your brain? I think I lost IQ points. Man, oh man. Oh, and don't forget, guys, don't forget who we're dealing with. Okay? You think they didn't take time to pander? You didn't think they didn't have time for some tokenism? Don't be ridiculous, comrade. Okay? They had time for that. We're going to talk about that too. MyGreenGear.com, JerichoGreen.net. Please. But before we get to all that shit, oh, and I'm going to show you at the end, I'm going to show you how out of touch they are, how disconnected they are from American reality. This shit is right out of a movie. You remember that movie, Idiocracy? You thought that was just a good Hollywood script, didn't you? This shit is reality. Wait until you hear what this fool did right after this economic performance. Oh my goodness, man. But before we get to all that, guys, this live stream is brought to you by Noble Gold. Central banks are increasing their gold reserves due to increasing global financial crisis concerns. Billionaires like Ray Dalio, a giant hedge fund management companies like Goldman Sachs are turning to physical assets like gold. And that's not surprising. Historically, gold's biggest rally happened after the biggest recession in history. In fact, after the 2007 and 2009 recession, gold prices jumped 50.6%. Think about what that means. Wealth of entire countries are being protected by gold. Wealth of billionaires are being protected by gold. Everyone who knows many is using gold to keep their billions safe. The Noble Gold investments can help you protect your own wealth with gold too. It will take you no more than 5 minutes to set up an account. Noble Gold specializes in storing the value of your wealth through gold IRAs, so they're the natural choice. And they're giving away a beautiful 1/10 ounce gold American Eagle coin with every qualifying IRA or 401k this month. Do something different. You can't go wrong with Noble Gold. Call the team now at 877-646-5347 to find out more. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com. That is noblegoldinvestments.com. All right, guys, let's get through this good gun. I shouldn't say get through because it's not a bad thing. You know, it's not like eating your vegetables so you can have dessert. But in a way it is, because what we're going to talk about, guys, what was said in our faces. They didn't say it behind our back. We didn't find out on Twitter or some shit. They said it to our faces. Oh, boy. So you guys may or may not have seen this video. There's like, I think it's like commercials and stuff between videos or something. But there's a guy and he's missing one eye, and he talks about a situation that happened, I believe, this past 4th of July, where he was at a barbecue and the neighbor came over and started tripping and started shooting people. So he obviously took a round in his eye, but was able to shoot the guy and kill him, which is why he's able to be here and talk about his story. So I was interested because you only hear about the end of it. So I was interested to see what happened. So I looked it up. And it says, Arizona man shot in the head at family party credits his concealed carry for saving lives. He would have died, he says. An Arizona man who was shot in the head while attending a 4th of July party with his family this summer is speaking out about how he was able to thwart the shooter from killing more people with his concealed carry firearm. My back was turned. I heard the first gunshot, and that's what made me kind of turn my head. But by the time I even was able to look and see what was going on, a bullet already had struck the side of my face. Raul Mendez recounted to Fox Digital in a phone interview. Gunshots rang out at a home in Surprise, Arizona, no pun intended there, on the evening of July 3rd, as Mendez, his 2 daughters, and his 7-month pregnant wife gathered with friends and other families to celebrate the founding of America. About 30 people were gathered in the home, including young children, as the group celebrated with fireworks and food. A neighbor of the man hosting the party soon joined and mingled with the group, despite not being close friends with anyone there, according to Mendez. That neighbor was later identified by police as 46-year-old Jason Hunt, the sole suspect in the case, who opened fire unprovoked on the families and partiers, police said in July, according to Arizona Republic. 2 of Mendez's friends, Corradito Ochoa Navarro, 41, and Carl Denor, 38, were killed in the incident. 4 others, including Mendez, were left seriously injured. As Hunt and other partiers had a bite to eat in the kitchen, the suspect pulled out a gun and began firing in the crowd, sending everyone fleeing, Mendez recounted. Mendez was shot in the head in front of his wife, who rushed to his side and believed he was dead due to the amount of blood covering his face. She then grabbed her 2 daughters and put them into a room deeper in the house, barricading them and other children inside. She barricaded the door with the dresser. There were 3 other children in there, not including my 2 daughters. A total of 5 kids. She throws them in the closet, throws clothes over them, tells them, be quiet, do not make a peep. If you hear loud noises in the room, Mendez said of his wife's action. Damn, all that 7 months pregnant? Forget about the swollen ankles and all that shit in the waddle. Mom kicked into gear. As Hunt continued his alleged rampage, 2 other women began fighting back against the suspect and screamed for Mendez, knowing he had a concealed carry weapon, Mendez said. By the glory of God, or the adrenaline, just everything, just the will to live and the will to protect my family, I was able to hear those pleas, those yells for help. I heard my name and I was able to get up. He was able to pull out his firearm and shoot the suspect 4 times in the chest. Detectives have determined the individual who shot Jason and others who fought against Jason were acting in self-defense and defense of other innocent parties, Sergeant Tommy Hale said in a press release days after the incident. Mendez spent a week in the hospital after the shooting and has more surgeries on the docket. He lost his left eye, fractured his jaw, suffered a torn eardrum, and lost his sense of smell. Luckily, I turned because it just got me at the perfect angle, he said. Mendez is now speaking out about the importance of the Second Amendment and how law-abiding armed Americans can help end shootings before they claim more lives. I fully back up the Second Amendment, and this is why I'm speaking up, Mendez said. This world is unpredictable, and honestly, at the end of the day, the people that want to ban guns, they're only banning it from people, not criminals, because again, there was no laws for criminals. Doi, a lifetime NRA member, Mendez recently filmed a video for the NRA celebrating the Second Amendment, denouncing the media for not covering his story. If I didn't have my gun with me, everyone in the house would have died. The news vans would have been front and center because I did. You never even heard about it, he said in the video. He has since purchased 2 additional handguns for his family to train with and saying they are more ready to confront evil with equal force now than ever. And there's a picture of him, his 2 daughters that look to be probably 12, 13. One's maybe a year younger than the other one. And his wife, that big old pregnant belly. So that's great because that guy probably had more guns on him, or probably more ammunition on him. Sounds like he was ready to roll. He's ready to do some damage. And the sleazy, slimy nature of it. You son of a bitch. You're going to be sitting there eating hors d'oeuvres and shit, horse divorce, having a burger and a dog, being all American, thinking in the back of your mind, knowing that you're about to start murdering these people. What a piece of shit. What a piece of shit. And that's how it should have ended. That's how it should have ended. Because that's pure fucking evil. For you to go to a family function like that, you know everybody got their guard down. July 3rd. It's about to be 4th of July. Everybody's here to have a good time. His pregnant wife and small children. But that's nice, though. She straight up said, get your ass in here. Be quiet. Don't move. Push the dresser in front of the door. I don't want to hear it no more, ladies. No more calling your husband in there. No more ringing your bell. Babe, can you get me something? This lady pushed her dresser in front of the door. But that's great. I'm glad it ended that way. And of course, you don't hear shit about it from the mainstream mediocres because that's a citizen protecting themselves and what's important to them. And just can't have that. Can't have that shit. So there, people, that was good gun. Hydrate. So let's delve into this horse shit. You guys got your waders on. You know, like people who do fly fishing, they got the waders on to stand in the water. At least have some rain boots on. Something at least up and around the knee because the bullshit is about to get deep. Okay? The bullshit is about to get deep because yesterday, to celebrate the Inflation Reduction Act, numbers 1, 2, and 3 in charge, and I don't know if Schumer's number 4, but President, Vice President, Speaker of the House, and Majority Leader were all there, all 4. And I think with a combined age of 572. Because Pelosi's old as fuck, Schumer's old as fuck, and you know Biden. He's the one who told George Washington where that cherry tree was. Okay, he's old school. So these 4 geriatric turds got together, throw Kamala's dumbass in there too, the cackler, our vice cackler. They were all celebrating, throwing a party. They had I heard upwards of 2,000 people there. They never showed the crowd. They got a big crowd there. I'm sure at any party you have food and drinks and entertainment and stuff like that. You think they pitched in? You think Biden took his shaky hand and took his hat off his head and said, anybody want to put it on the party? You think they did that? No, you paid for that shit. You didn't even get none, did you? You didn't get a slice of cake. You didn't get no burgers, nothing. You didn't even get to sit there and listen to James Taylor. Guys, let me tell you what I don't want to do. I don't want to go to a party where James Taylor's performing live. I don't. That doesn't sound like a party to me. That sounds like a wake. Who was that for? Was that for the people in attendance or your old ass? James Taylor? So that's what they got to perform there before the real performance started. So these jackasses get up there. First is Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer goes, I'm sorry. Guys, let me be authentic, okay? Let me get into character. Demonic empty suit, demonic empty suit, demonic empty suit. Oh, here we go. Is New York in the house? That's what he said. He says, is New York in the house? And then people cheer and he's like, hey, yay. What? Guys, this shit was awkward. You've never seen such disingenuous behavior in your life. You guys don't know how to be around regular people. It's like if you don't have any kids, you're not around a lot of kids, and someone says, here, hold my baby. Oh, well, hush little. You don't even know what to do. All you're thinking is don't drop it. So when you get these fools around regular people, they say stuff like, what do they like to hear? Yeah, that's better. That's Chuck Schumer. What do they like to hear? Is New York in the house? Are you a fucking DJ? Shut up. You don't know or care about regular people. Stop trying to connect. That's what he said. Is New York in the house? So then, after he gets done saying all his bullshit, and you know something I heard a lot of? This is called the Inflation Reduction Act, right? But inflation, that's transitory. That's supposed to be over. But it's not because you wrote an entire act for it, a bill that is now law. because our shaky hander in chief signed that shit. But what I heard a lot of, especially for an Inflation Reduction Act, when I hear that, that makes me think, okay, you're going to try to bring the prices down on shit, right? But I kept hearing a lot of talk about environmental justice and climate change. Why am I hearing all that shit? And this is supposed to be an Inflation Reduction Act. Then, hold on, let me get to these fools before I get to the main course. So these fools are talking an awful lot about climate change and, oh, this has never been done before for the American people. Shut the fuck up. This has nothing to do with inflation reduction or environmental justice. What the hell is that? Don't we already have Captain Planet? What are you talking about environmental justice? What are you going to do? You're going to get out there and hold hands in those patchouli oil dip hippies? Hey, man, let's hold hands around the trees so they won't cut them down. Man. What are you going to do? What's environmental justice? When they say that stuff, it makes me want to shit. Ugh. So they're talking all that shit. And Nancy gets up there. You know she's fucked up. You know, if her husband has one of those breathalyzers on his vehicle, she needs a breathalyzer on the microphone. If you blow too high, you can't talk today. Because you're going to get up here, you're going to slur your words, and you're going to do your best Dudley Moore impersonation. Old vodka vixen. And if you give it too much vodka, that's when the titties come out. So she gets up there slurring and shit, and she starts talking about, she does this thing with her hands. I don't know what this is, a seizure. But then she gets up there, and because they are for the people, I understand you. They have to connect. So here's how she chose to connect. Let's see. Whoa! Whoa! What are you talking about? Shut the fuck. I can't stand that old ghoulish looking bastard. But I'm skipping through his and I'm getting to Pelosi. Tell me what this is. What is this? What's this gesture? What is it? Hold on.
Mr. President, Madam Vice President, Leader Schumer.
You're at a beauty pageant? You waving at the crowd?
Again, let's hear it for the staff because the staff has made such a
What did she say?
And Madam Vice President,
Listen,
Leader Schumer.
The staff.
Colleagues, staff. Again, let's hear it for the staff because the staff has made such a and so many friends.
She said, let's hear it for the staff because the staff has made such a minimum. That's what she said. The staff has made such a minimum. Okay, well, you guys let me know what minimum is. I can't wait. I wait with bated breath. So this fossil, this liver-spotted demon, gets through her bullshit. Then Kamala gets up there, and she gets through her bullshit. And what they kept saying was, let's see, what do I have? Oh, yeah, because of the president's leadership, his vision, his courage, and his pen. All of them kept saying that your leadership, your courage. Oh, Biden, your pen and your courage and your vision. Oh, I was like, hey, man, what's this, an elderly porno? Stop this. Somebody douse them in water. Calm down. It was like watching old people film a porno flick. There's vision and your courage and your leadership. Oh, and your pen. Ew. Who are you talking about? I've seen no leadership. You know he has poor vision. His courage? To do what? Man, I was like, hey, back off. You know he has a wife, don't you fucking perverts? Oh, your leadership. Oh, your courage and vision. Shut the fuck up. Pleminator, thank you. He says, "You son of a..." Yeah. You heard plenty of that. We'll get into it. You heard plenty of that. Man, it was just like, who are you guys talking to? And then they had this girl get up there. So it was Pelosi. No, I'm sorry, Schumer, Pelosi. It was Schelosi first, then Kamala, the Ugandan nightmare. Thank you so much for pulling yourself away from a face full of old man's pubic hair to be with us today, Kamala. So it was her, and then she introduces this black woman, right? She's part of some local Boston union, some electrical workers union or some shit. She's a single mother, a single black mother, so you dare not speak ill of her. We got to get somebody up here who's bulletproof. So if she was part of the alphabet soup group, she would be perfect. They would make sick leftist rosaries with her on it as one of their saints. So, of course, single black woman, single mother. She's like, I changed me and my son's life. Why are you highlighting this? Is this the most qualified person you could have brought from that local union there of electrical workers? Is that the best one? Or is that the best one that fit your narrative? Tokenism. Disgusting. Anyway, when Kamala introduced her, she introduced her as Lovette. But the girl came up there and said, hi, my name's Lovette Jacobs. So where'd you get Lovette? Kamala, you idiot. And see, this never would have happened, Kamala, if you were down on the border. I'd have nothing to say because you wouldn't be here to call her Lovette. Robert, thank you for the Hamilton. I appreciate that. Are these people serious? Are these people serious? Ransom Shan, thank you. 9 scariest words in human history. I'm from the government and I'm here to help you. Ronald Reagan, where's the lie? There isn't one, Ransom Shan. It's like Linda Hamilton in Terminator 2. I'd rather take the hand of a former Terminator that was trying to kill me in 1984 before I take a hand up from these monsters. These are the real Terminators. These are the real ones out to kill us. They're the ones that work for Skynet. They would become self-aware. Jeez Louise, man. Like my freshman football coach, Coach Southward. Jeezo Bezo. Justin Desroches. Thank you. From the East Coast, lefty bunghole, Massachusetts, I say play. See, I knew somebody was going to start it. Thanks, Justin. Look what you've done. He's from there up in Massachusetts where Lovette Jacobs is from. She said Lovette. Oh my goodness. You never even met her. You didn't listen to her when she shook your hand and introduced herself. You just look on the paper. Trust me. Thank you for the Hamilton. They gaslight us. Yeah. That's what they do. And they do it well. Like LL Cool J said, doing it and doing it and doing it well. That's what they do. That's what they're here for. That's what they were made for. That's what they were built for by these lobbyists. This is what they want. Unfortunately, it's not what we want. You remember us, the pesky citizens, AKA the roadblock to you. The minor annoyance. You call us a lot of things, deplorable shit like that. Oh, and don't forget, guys, what you should take away from all this, like our grandpa and chief said, Mr. Hey, this isn't the mall. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. What you need to take away from all this is stop denying climate change. He says no longer can you deny climate change. So stop it. Josie, 818. 818 till I die. Yes. GVSM, I'm not even going to try to butcher that, but thank you. Hey, Jericho, great show. Always enjoy your afternoon broadcast. I'm in LA, so it is 818. I love hearing free speech from inside occupied territory. Cheers, bro. That's right. Keep your head down, Josie. The Fuhrer Newsom comes through once a day to check on us. So keep your head down and make sure you're still cranking out that tax revenue for him. I'd hate to see you get in trouble. Fuckers. So, what do we got so far? We got Schelosi. We got our vice cackler. Gaga, 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 gaga. Right? Got them. We have the token single black female, single black mom, so you dare not say anything about her, you fucker. And one dumb thing that Lovette said, she said that Biden kept his promises. Girl, you're looking at another president. You better get some help. And then, so, after the elderly porn, after they stroke themselves to Biden's presidency, they introduce it. And boy, here we go. See, the first 3 dummies, 3.5 dummies, that was the roller coaster going. All right, we're getting up there. Matteo, Maddalena, ITA 81. Italia 81, is that what that stands for? Shout out to my man Mello in Brooklyn. He's the one who designed these hats. Thank you very much. So the first 3.5 dummies was the roller coaster. You know, you're getting the butterflies in your stomach because you know you're about to crest that shit. Go down. I remember growing up going to the boardwalk, Santa Cruz Beach and Boardwalk. They have a ride there called the Giant Dipper. Whoops. New mouth. If you ever seen that movie Lost Boys, that's the big roller coaster from that movie, with the big white one. And the Giant Dipper started out, and then also I went to Magic Mountain one time. They had a ride called Goliath. Same concept. So you're going up, tick, 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 tick. You're getting more and more nervous. You're starting. If you're sitting toward the back, you're starting to hear the people in the front scream because they've already crested it. All right. So here we go. The first 3.5 dummies. This guy right here. That's where the screaming starts. Okay. He gets up there, says some gibberish, some thank yous, I think, and he takes his coat off. He goes, with your permission, I'm going to take my coat off. Like, who's in the crowd's going to go, no, you don't have my permission. Keep it on. So he takes his jacket off. There's no table or anything up there, so he just lays it on the ground. Okay? Keep that coat in mind, all right? So he takes his coat off, puts it on the ground. Then he starts talking, and you notice there's a lot of repetition. There's even a part in there where he says, say it again. He says a line, say it again, then says the line again. No, Sloppy Joe, you weren't supposed to say the say it again part. They already tried to repeat the line. You said that shit out loud. So they tried to reword it, and you did it again. So he says a line, say it again, says the line again. Then there's a lot of repetition. He says, ever, ever, ever. And it's real, it's real, it's real. And he says, took a lot of heat. Why are you repeating yourself? Because he's trying to make people believe what he's saying. Maybe if I repeat it, it will sound more authentic and they'll believe it. And then that's another thing. When Schelosi was talking, 2 or 3 times they said, no, oh no, you can applaud for that. Because a couple people were like, nobody else was like, no, that's an applause break. You're supposed to clap there. And then they all clap like a bunch of robots they are. So he's repeating himself a lot. Then remember the coat that I mentioned? He steps on it. He goes, oh, as I step on my coat. Sloppy Joe, you're the one who put it there. Somebody did not come up on stage, remove your jacket without you knowing, and then put it in your path. You did that. Remember? It was like 1.5 minutes ago. Right. So he steps on the jacket that he put on the ground. And then he says one of my favorite things from his speech. A lot of yelling. Why are you yelling, man? Calm down. But he yells a lot. And he said, again, authenticity, okay? Authenticity. I'm going to try to sound like him. Bear with me. Let me get into character. Half my brain is gone. I don't know how I got here. Half my brain is gone. I don't know how I got here. Here we go. And he's yelling. So forgive me if I'm being loud. I'm just trying to be authentic, okay? No, you're not going to get your way this time. Not this year. Not this time. Not now. It's my money, and I want it now. Guys, he said this time, not this year, not this time, not now. I think what he was supposed to say was, not this time, not this year, not now. It just came out fucking weird. It came out weird. You don't talk like that. Ugh. This time. You forgot not, man. Not this time. Not just this time. You're not going to get your way. This time. Not this year. Not this time. Not now. Guys, they gave him the nuclear launch codes. Then he says, from the time that I got to the Senate 720 years ago, I listened to it twice just to make sure. Now, could that have been an attempt at a joke? Maybe. But when you're talking in front of a crowd like that and it's a joke, you want to have a little pause for laughter, or maybe you want to laugh yourself. Like, I'm just kidding, or something. Indicate to the crowd that it's a joke. But see, you've gotten up in here in front of us and stumbled over your words so much that we don't know if it was a joke or if you really think America had a Senate 720 years ago. Joseph, Sloppy Joe, bring it in, man. I don't want anybody else to hear what I'm about to tell you. But there was no America 720 years ago. I'm sorry. No doubt you could have been on the planet 720 years ago, but you weren't in America. So, again, if that was supposed to be a joke, pause for laughter or say, I'm just kidding, or laugh yourself a little chuckle. It was just a joke. But the thing is, your faculties are so eroded that we don't know if you're joking or not when you say crazy shit like you've been in the Senate for 720 years. Again, hey, if he was the president of the activities board of the Shady Pines elderly facility, Pondside, none of this would be funny. You'd be happy for him. You've really adjusted. You're president of the activities board. Look at you. All the warm butterscotch pudding you can handle. But he's not. He lives at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, so the responsibilities are a little higher in that position. My goodness. I mean, at this point, not only are we witnessing elder abuse, but are we taking part in it because we won't get there and take him away from there? Should we do that? Should we go and rescue him and get him out of there? Should we do that? Are we taking part in the elder abuse now? That shit is sad. K. Winsat, salute to you too. Thank you very much. Salute, way. I mean, shit, guys. Should I feel bad? Am I kicking this old fool while he's down? And don't forget, Nancy Pelosi said, and one more time for the staff because they did a great. Just want you guys to remember that. My goodness. Sonny Bob Quackers, what's up, Sonny Bob? My man, how you doing? Thanks for being here. Thanks for the $12. Hamilton plus 2. Very specific amount. Brendan Gerzlak. Thank you very much for the Twomsky. He says, you should call your live stream The Vibe. Ooh. And start out each live stream with Jericho Green here with The Vibe. Ooh. Not a bad idea, Brendan. Not a bad idea at all. Just might do that. Or maybe even Fridays. I'll do the Friday live stream. It's a Friday vibe. Smell that? It's the weekend. Ooh. You might be onto something, Brendan. You might be on to something there, boy. I mean, my goodness, people. Miss Pepsi Girl, I didn't see it. I go all the way to the top and I look for it. YouTube hated on you again, young lady. I apologize. All right. Brian King B. Falcon, I'll go across the pond with it. It's a vibe, you bloody wanker. Ooh. Or how about this? It's a vibe, you bloody wanker. Ooh. There we go. That's better. I mean, guys, are we taking part in elder abuse at this point? Because we won't go and rescue that man. Harry Chillhanger, thank you again. Salty love from Montana. Big Sky Country. I am one of many in the shaker. We get everywhere. Whee! Hey, shake it up, man. I appreciate that, Harry. Harry. Love and Pain said it sounded like Jason Statham. Oh, you bloody wanker. Oh, how does he do that? I remember I was watching Expendables the other day. And remember he fought that he was dating that girl. He was gone. She found somebody else. He goes to her house to catch up with her. And she has a black eye. And then, or he went there before, came back. She has a black eye. Where is he? And so they go to the basketball court and, he beats up all his homeboys and shit. And he's like a knife specialist. And the guy had a basketball here and he stabs the basketball and he goes, next time I'll deflate all your balls. Oh, man. Love the one-liners. I'm the transporter. Get in the car. That's one of the key ingredients to a good action movie. You got to have the corny one-liners. Ghost 8, that's a very player question. He says a black guy or a black eye? Brian King B. Falcon, Mechanic was fired, but in case you didn't know, that was a remake. I believe the original was Charles Bronson, right? You talk about a bad MFer right there. Oh, yeah, Mitchell McNeely, you look like him. Oh, man. Okay. Here we go. Let's get back on track, guys. Enough playing around, okay? Let's get back to this damn speech that I had to watch, all right? I didn't watch it for nothing. I didn't watch it to not come here and get some therapy. Okay, you need therapy after watching a speech from all four of those jackasses. Hee-haw! My goodness. So this Inflation Reduction Act that Biden is pervertus apparently does not know the price of because he said $1.2 billion. No. Need to shift that over to the left one space because I think it was $1.2 billion. You ding dong. And it's like I said, man, there were so many slip ups, so many trail off of words. Republic. There's two of them to where I couldn't decipher. I need your help. That's how bad it was. You can tell that he was rushing through the speech. When I told my daughter last week about before she did her speech and she practiced in front of me and her mom, I told her, sweetheart, don't just rush through it. You're not reading, you're giving a speech. You have to look at the people and almost interact with them. You're talking to them. You're not talking at them. You're not rushing to get through this so you can go do something more fun. My daughter, my 10-year-old, beautiful, intelligent, lovely, full of attitude daughter got that at 10 years old when she was running for class president, not country president. And he can't do that. He is rushing through these speeches. Even he knows it's a nightmare. Rushing through it, not making any sense. And he says, in my president. And again, I listened to the shit multiple times to make sure that that's what I heard. In my president. Maybe he was going to say presidency. I don't know. Never heard of president. And here's where we get to the timestamp so you guys can help me. All right, hold on. Some good advice here. Raquita Johnson, thank you. She says, good advice to your daughter. I'm a public speaking coach, and I always say this. You're giving a speech, not a reading. All right, thank you. I will keep that in mind. Anything to help her out because she loves it. I used to ask people this at work, ask customers, just, to make the time more interesting, go by a little quicker. I would ask people, would you rather speak in front of 1,000 people or skydive? And you'll be surprised at the amount of people that were like, I'll skydive 10 times before I speak in front of 10 people. A lot of people have a real fear of speaking in front of large crowds. For me, it's total opposite. I've spoken, I think the largest crowd I've spoken in front of was, like 500 people? No problem. I'll do that 10 times before I jump out of an airplane. But my daughter, she likes to speak in front of crowds. She loves it because she loves to have the control. My daughter is going to be in charge of people when she becomes an adult. My mom calls her Madam Secretary. She is going to be in charge of people. So she loves to speak in front of crowds. So I think that kind of advice, she'll definitely take that in. Anything to help her mesmerize a crowd more, she's all for it. Thank you for that, Ms. Johnson. So yeah, here we go. Timestamps. When I was writing down these quotes, I was fucking laughing. I was literally like LOLing. I was laughing out loud when I was writing down some of these quotes, guys, because I had to go back and listen to it again just to make sure I'm writing down, because I've never written the word president before. So I needed to hear it again. And what did he say the other time? Redididin defit? Has anybody gotten a definition for redididin defit yet? And Corn Pop. See, there you go. Corn Pop says, I'm jumping. A lot of people don't play that shit. They don't do that public speaking shit. Don Zucksworth, I hope your daughter goes into politics. Hey, if she does, guess who you're going to see next to her going like this with an earpiece? Me, because I'll be head of her security. When I say back up, no pictures, that's what I mean. But we're going to go timestamp. And you guys are going to help me through this, okay? Because I don't speak senile gibberish. Maybe I should. Maybe I need to brush up on it. Is there a Rosetta Stone for senility, for senile talk? So the first one, in case you want to look it up yourself and you want to laugh or you want to throw up and shit, whatever you want to do, it is at the 55:45 mark of the speech. So we're going to get it to about 55:35. Here we go. You guys ready? Help me translate.
Talked about doing. Lower prescription drug prices. And seniors will see their out-of-pocket costs for the prescription drugs limited to $2,000 a year. They cannot pay a penny more than $2,000 a year, no matter how high their drug costs are, whether for cancer drugs or other drugs that can raise up to $70,000, $80,000 a year based on need. A maximum yearly cost of $2,000. If you're on Medicare and you have diabetes, your cost of your insulin will be $35 for every insulin. And we wanted to cut the cost for insulin for everyone, including the hundreds of thousands of care. And you have diabetes, your cost of your insulin will be $35 for every insulin.
For every insulin.
And we wanted to cut the cost for insulin for everyone, including the hundreds of thousands of children with type 1 diabetes. I'll not ask for a show of hands, but I bet a lot of you out there have diabetes or your children do.
He said, I'm not asking for a show of hands, all right? But I'm sure a lot of your kids, a lot of you have diabetes out there, and your kids do too. Oh, guys, hold on a second. He said, But a lot of you have diabetes out there, and your children do too. Guys. There was just too much. I didn't even finish the speech. Because like I said, I looked up, I had 2 minutes to go. But it has, let's see, 17 more minutes of this full talking. And he says, think about, hold on, I got to find that one. Was it, let's see, was that at the,
out there.
Oh my goodness, man.
Have diabetes or your children do.
Or your fucking
The
children.
Republicans blocked limiting that cost to $35 for children. It only costs to $2,000 a year. They cannot pay a penny more
Oh my
than
goodness.
$2,000 a year, no matter how high their drug costs are, whether for cancer drugs or other drugs that can raise up to $70,000, $80,000 a year based on need. A maximum yearly cost of $2,000. If you're on Medicare and you have diabetes, your cost of your insulin will be $35 for every insulin.
For every insulin. Okay.
Out there. Have diabetes or your children do.
Or your
The
children.
Republicans blocked limiting that cost to $35 for children. It
Oh.
only costs $10 for the prescription to be made and packaged. $10. And drug companies charge families about 30 times more than that for every vial of insulin.
Oh man.
Look, I'm deadly earnest about this.
Deadly
Imagine
earnest,
being a mom
guys.
or a dad. Looking at your child, you know the needs of insulin to live
What?
and not having the money to pay for it. Not a joke. Think about it. Think about what you'd think about. Think about how you'd feel. You didn't have the insurance.
There it is, guys.
You didn't
What
have
the
money.
fuck did you just say?
Be earnest about this. Imagine being a mom or a dad.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at your child, you know the needs of insulin to live
To live.
and not having the money to pay for it. Not a joke. Think about it. Think about what you'd think about. Think about how you'd feel. You didn't have the insurance more than that for every vial.
Guys, when you're overwhelmed by life and the bills are piling up and the kids are screaming, think about what you think about. He was shaking. Think about what you think about if you're thinking about it. You damn right we're going to hear that again. What the fuck did you just say?
Of insulin. Look, I'm deadly earnest about this. Imagine being a mom or a dad. Looking at your child, you know the needs of insulin to live.
Hold
Not
on.
having the money.
He said, wait a minute, guys. Again, like I said, I need your help. Okay?
For every vial of insulin. Look, I'm deadly earnest about this. Imagine being a mom or a dad.
I got it.
Looking at your child, you know the needs of insulin to live.
Look at your child to live. I got to see a transcript of this. How do you write that? Again, I feel bad for the person who has to stand off to the side and do the sign language to what this fool is saying. Oof.
And not having the money to pay for it. Not a joke. Think about it. Think about what you'd think about at the time. Think about how you'd feel if you didn't have the insurance.
Guys, think about what you think about. I've never had such sound advice in my life. What do you say to that? I don't even know what to say to it because I don't know what I just heard. Dynamite, words to live by. That's right, man. But he was screaming and shit all loud. Think about what you think about. If you think about it, I think. What the fuck was that? What was that? Somebody tell me right now. Adorable Deplorable says sign language person has had a stroke by now. Maybe that's the most dangerous job in America. Never mind fucking drilling for oil, trying to catch some crabs in the Bering Sea. Forget about all that. All these guys you see climbing up these damn poles and trimming trees and shit in the power lines. Fuck all you guys. Because the most dangerous job is being the sign language person for the resident of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, because you will stroke out. Oh my goodness. Bam Bam Bigelow says, Jericho, I'm trying to think about what I'm thinking about. Well, all you got to do is think about it. Okay? Donatello Slapperfellow says, this is insane. What's happening? I don't know, Donatello. I don't know. I'm still trying to think about what I'm thinking about. Think about it. Oh, man. Guys, I think I might just had a merch idea. Holy shit. President, 720 years. Think about what you would think about. Fuck, man. It's simple. It's right here in your face. You looking for the answers to life. You got what's that statue where the guy's like this? He's pondering the meaning of life, or whatever that statue is called. You're trying to find out the meaning of life, and is there an afterlife, and where do we go? What happens to your spirit? And all that shit. All these books you've been reading, and these Tony Robbins and shit you've been going to see, these seminars, and your chakra and saging the place, and all this shit that people do to get balance and understanding from life. Feng shui and all that. And all you have to do is think about what you would think about. It's so simple. It's right there. God, man. I mean, whew. What do we do? Because you don't think the rest of the world is laughing at this? What's that, Sky News? They're going to have a field day with this. Love and Pain. Pour me one, too. Oh, man. Just think about what you think about. Shit, man. Why are you making it so difficult? The answer's right there in front of your face. When your kids come to you with a math problem or something, just think about what you think about. They're going to be like, oh, my God, thank you. That all makes sense. When your daughter comes to you, he broke with me and I don't know why. Hey, sweetheart, just think about what you think about. Thank you so much. You're so insightful. I know. No problem. Get out of here. Hey, get out of here. Hey, come here. You got a problem? Think about what you think about. Guys, are you ready to take a shit yet? I can feel it in my stomach. Golly. And of course, they could not keep Trump's name out of their filthy, lying mouths. Of course he had to mention Trump. Why not? What else is he going to talk about? None the Miserly says, I think I still might want to recount. I'm right there with you, man. But before you go vote next time, why don't you think about what you would think about? Maybe you wouldn't have this problem, None the Miser. Shit. It's right there in front of you. Open your eyeballs. Eileen J., thank you for the Hamilton. Remember when Trump tweeted, oh yeah, co-fefe or whatever, and the left talked about it for a year? Biden blunders daily. I will see your daily and raise you hourly. He's comedy gold. The willful ignorance by the media is astounding. Yes, it is. Why don't they want this? You all want to be a reporter with your notepad and your pen and the hat that says little card right here that says press. Sir, please, sir. It's right here. Biden comes to your home every night with a gift wrapped Pulitzer and you slam the door in his face. Somebody's got to take this Pfizer. What is this called? A pupil. Pulitzer Prize. That's what you get for writing. Here you go. Line your mantle with them, but you don't want to, because to admit he's a dumbass is to admit they're dumbasses. I don't know why. I should be a reporter. I should be a journalist. I'll be drowning in Pulitzers. I'll be like, yeah, throw it in there with the rest of them. You open the door, throw it in there, clink. Throw it on top of my pile of Pulitzers. That's called my Pulitzer pile room. Cedric Lane, glad to see you got the fuck out of Berkeley. Cedric Lane, thank you. Says, sounds like the hook to a mumble rap song. Exactly. What do you want to do? You want to dominate the charts, or you want to be the world's greatest journalist? You can get both from Bidenus Pervertus. Why are you guys so quick to turn away from knowledge? Huh? How many self-help books have been written? How many positive little shorts and memes do you see? Trying to tell you what's the secret to life. What do you need to do? What do you need to eat? What do I need to do to be healthy and beautiful? Here you go. Think about what you think about. Problem solved. You didn't even think about that, did you? Think about it. Max Bang, thank you. Biden Ebonics. Biden Bonics. Golly. Matt says Hunter has a second laptop. I don't doubt it. I want to see that movie. Was it My Son Hunter by Robert Davi? He's a famous, like, you've seen him in everything in the 80s and 90s, any kind of action or drama or anything like that. Dude is hella famous. You see his face, you're like, oh shit, that's Robert Davi. He made that movie. I want to see it. I mean, shit, people. Oh shit, guys. Okay, so hold on, let's get through some more business, and then we got a charity to put on top of this. This is a big Sunday. This is one of those Sundays where, and not the day of the week, but like the SUNDAE Sunday. It's like when, remember that show, A Man vs. Food? He went to some place I think called the Creamery in San Francisco. That sounds gross now. If you look at it through today's, through the prism of today. The Creamery in San Francisco is something totally sound like a place you get monkeypox in. But he went to this place called the Creamery, and they have this called the kitchen sink, where they put like a scoop, like 3 scoops of every damn ice cream they have in this big old tub, and the whipped cream and the brownies and the chocolate syrup and the sprinkles and shit. And if you eat it, it's free. All right? That is what this shit is like. We've put so many scoops in here, Schelosi and Harris and Biden and all the dumb shit they say, the lies, the environmental justice, climate change, and the Inflation Reduction Act, even though there's no inflation and we're not going through a recession and we've changed the meaning of words, all this shit we put in this giant bowl, and I will give you the cherry on top right after this. Noble Gold CEO Colin Plume thinks quantitative tightening is setting up a stage for a gold rally. In his interview with the National Desk, Plume said the tightening is pushing the dollar up. However, he predicts that by next year, the Fed will print money again to restart the economic activities. They wouldn't do that, would they? If you're thinking of gold and silver right now, Noble Gold is giving a free gold American Eagle coin with every eligible IRA or 401k in September. You can't go wrong with Noble Gold. Call the team now, 877-646-5347, or to find out more, visit noblegoldinvestments.com. That is noblegoldinvestments.com. Thank you very much. So what's the cherry? I'll tell you. So yesterday, when they did this whole inflation reduction bullshit party, it was in the face of the inflation numbers being released. Stock market took a shit, almost 1,300 points it went down by. And inflation in June Inflation was at 9.1%. That is extremely high. But just know that now it's down to 8.3%. Thank you for that 0.8 percentage drop. What? So as they're partying, these numbers are being released. Tone deaf. Huh? Tone deaf. Out of touch. There are people with no arms who are not as out of touch as these fools. So while this is going on, inflation's still high as shit. And even though they bring it down a little bit, and even though gas prices have come down, the cost of everything else is still going up. Groceries and other goods and services. So you're robbing Peter to pay Paul. Oh my gosh, it's so cheap for this, but all this other shit is really expensive. So it all balances out. Nothing's changed. But they're partying. We're having a big party. We got all the heavy hitters here to feed you more bullshit, to baby bird this bullshit into your brain. Then he goes to some auto dealership, some auto expo in DC. And what does he do? What does he do? Let's see, Biden, Detroit. This fool, I mean, it's just not a good look. It's not good optics. It's not a good look, player. So he goes, and I wish this was Photoshop, but it's not. He goes to this auto expo, and he gets inside of a brand new 2022 Corvette Z06. That's not a good look, Joe. The country is hurting right now. People are paying more for shit than they have since 1980. You just got done lying to us, telling us that the Inflation Reduction Act is going to do what it says in the title. And here you are sitting in an expensive ass sports car like you don't remember what country you're in. Okay? People don't want to see you inside of a $100,000 car or more. They don't want to see your expensive fucking ice cream, Nancy. And Elizabeth Warren, they don't want to see you having the world's most awkward beer with your husband that wishes you would turn that fucking camera off. We don't want to see that. It's not a good look, you dumbasses. But they don't get it. And some would say they don't care. That may be true. But I think they just don't get it. That part of their brain is missing. That empathy part of their brain, like a sociopath, is missing. It's just going over their wrinkled heads. They just don't get it. My goodness, man. Hold on a second. Harry Chillhanger, thank you again. Give Brandon an address and call him Sue. Shirley, you can't be serious. I am serious. And don't call me Shirley. Love that movie. It just don't make no damn sense. And you probably could put him in a dress and he wouldn't even know. Yeah, so form-fitting. I like it. Weird, man. Weird. So you're going to sit here after all that shit, after everything this country is still going through and will continue to go through because of your mishaps, now's the time for you to get inside of a nice brand new orange Corvette Z06 and look like even more of a douchebag. Sloppy Joe. I had the fish. Oh, man. Guys, I'm telling you, it wouldn't be scary and funny, more scary than funny, if he was where he needs to be, living out the twilight of his life under close supervision with all the medications that he needs. But he's not. He's a leader of the free world. How he got there, that's a whole nother live stream. But he's there. Look what he's doing. You're throwing an inflation reduction party when inflation has not been reduced. It's still at 8.3%. That's not party worthy. But you say a lie enough, then it becomes a truth. If you tell people everything is fine enough, I guess enough of those dummies will believe, oh, I guess everything's fine. He should be throwing an inflation reduction party. That's weird. And it's not going to reduce inflation. Man, I'm tired of this shit. What else do you say? What else can we do? Ugh. Excuse me. Okay, I'm back. So here's another one. So in June, we know what June is about. No, not that, guys. Not the June from long ago when we were young and kids and it meant the beginning of summer, the end of school. Not that June. I mean the 2022 June. I mean Pride Month, Pride check. All right? That's the month where you need to be an ally. Okay? And if you have to go out and make out with somebody or bang somebody of the same sex just to show you're an ally, do it. And I know you guys get sad. Thank you, Sal Rombolo. He says, good job. Thank you. I know you guys get sad, June 28th, 29th, 30th, of course, because it's the end of Pride Month. Duh. So you're all sad and shit. What am I going to do? What am I going to do until next June? I got your solution, people. I got it. No matter what you're dealing with, I got you. I'll take care of you. Okay? So what am I going to do? June is so far away. It's going to be another year. I want to still wear my rainbow shit and tongue down people of the same sex to show them an ally. I get it. No, Dino Mike. No docking. Come on, man. That's the most pleb thing you've ever said. If you guys don't know what docking is, look that shit up. But don't do it with food in your stomach. Ooh. So anyway, Pride Month. Only 1 month out of the year. Damn it, it's over. I got to wait until next year. No, you don't. No, you don't. Let me help you out again. Just come to me with all your problems. I got you. You can't figure out the meaning of life? Then just think about what you would think about. Boom. Problem solved. Not enough Pride Month? Oh, man. Here we go. So, you don't have to wait until June anymore. Hold on a second. Let me do a super chat here. What's up, Heidi Booth? Thank you. She says, Sloppy Joe needs a chocolate chip ice cream cone. He does. Just find him a quiet corner, give him a few strands of an 8-year-old's hair, and an ice cream cone. He won't cause you any problems. I know. But here you go, guys. The month of October is dedicated to lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and diverse identities, sexualities, history, as well as a history of the LGBTQ plus rights. During this time, revolutionary icons, events, and contributions made by the alphabet soup group community are recognized and celebrated. Arthur Unwin, no! No! Arthur said he's Googling docking right now. Oh, shit. Yes, Socrates Ken, docking is fucking play. You got it. And I'm sorry if you looked that up and discovered what that is. So yeah, guys, the month of October is, what's the official title? Heritage Month. That is something, guys. Heritage Month and identity recognitions, okay? Fuck Halloween. You thought you were going to decorate your house in spooky, scary stuff. Ooh. No, you're not. You're going to decorate your shit in rainbows. That's right, gay. Get out of here, you fucking kids. You and your costumes, huh? I got your trick or treat right here, you little bastard. Get out of here, kids. This ain't your fucking month anymore. It's been hijacked. Now it belongs to the alphabet soup group. All month long. Here we go. Jazz fingers. All month long, you are going to be studying, celebrating, and appreciating the contributions of the alphabet soup group and the Ku Klux Klans. No more is it for spooky stories and ghouls and goblins. No more. Turn up the YMCA. Crank up the tunes. I want to hear nothing but Queen, Elton John, and the Village People for all 31 days. Damn it. Kids, what are you going to do? What are you going to do now? You can't have November, Thanksgiving. You can't have December, Christmas, January's New Year's, February's Valentine's Day, President's Day, and all that shit. March, I don't know, maybe you could edge out St. Patty's Day. April Fools. Damn, you even got Memorial Day. In June, that's taken. 4th of July in July. August, can you guys have August? Yeah, I don't think there's shit going on August because then you got Labor Day in September. So you're fucked. All you guys got is August. So let's move Halloween up to August so the kids can sweat and pass out in the summer heat. And their candy can melt in their buckets. Wouldn't that be fun? Damn it, you little bastards. Who let them have this? Don't you guys have enough? And what are you going to talk about during Heritage Month? Harvey Milk? We already know about that shit. We know about the Stonewall shit. And we're just going to be saturated in this shit. And then that's another month. That's another month for the companies that show that they're allies. So get ready for some more bullshit on your TV. Heritage Month, Black voices, LGBT contribution voices. I don't want to hear no more voices. No more voices. No more leads, Black leads, LGBTQ leads. Just put movies on there. Quit breaking them up in all these little categories. Well, here's another category for that ass. You thought you didn't give a shit about Asian Pacific Islander blah, blah, blah Heritage Month? Move over. We got another one. Heritage Month, October, is to celebrate the contributions of the Alphabet Soup Group and the Ku Klux Klans. You better get on board, fucker. How fucking stupid is our country now? Huh? Our lives are so good that we focus on the stupidest shit ever. Golly, man. Who gives a fuck what you've contributed? How about just an American contribution? American Heritage Month, where we don't get into who you're banging or you're getting banged by. Is there no more shame? Is there no more privacy in this world? God, man. What the? What? Guys, this don't make no damn sense. What more do we need to know? You tired us out. You wore us out in June. We are done. What else do you have to say? Who gives a shit? JJ Finnegan, you got to do something about that, man, because you're going to get arrested. He says, I prefer docking in public. No, man. Don't do that. Nobody needs to see that, all right? Nobody. But, hey, if you do it in October or June, maybe it's all good. Maybe it's cool. In June, they do crazy, wild shit they can't do the rest of the year. I mean, you know? So I guess if you do it in the right month, it's all good. Let's see. Gross. How you motherfuckers get 2 months? Huh? How you get 2 months? So the official word is LGBT History Month. That's the official from Saturday, October 1st to Monday, October 31st. All the Black History Month advocates, you guys aren't mad about that? See what they did to you? See the Voltron method? There, I guess, cause is too weak on its own. All this shit's too weak. But if you Voltron that shit together and you join forces, then you can make a bigger, more formidable entity, I guess, thing. So they latched on. They called Alphabet Soup Group rights civil rights. So they latched on. They're riding those coattails, and now they've overtaken you, and they have one of the longest months of the year as their own. And even the other one, June, has 2 more days than yours. That's what you fucking get. That's what you get. That's what your ass gets for allowing these parasites to latch on. And I'm not talking about regular, everyday gay folk who don't want no part of this crazy shit. I'm talking about the psychopaths in the media, the blue check marks. This is what you get for allowing them to attach themselves and get all parasitic on that ass. Now they're taking you over. You're left with the scraps of February with 28 days, and they're living it up in a 30-day month and a 31-day month. What are you going to do about it, huh? You can't say nothing. I can get on here and say nigger all day long. You better not say that F word or the Q word. There's 2 words you can't say to me. But I can say nigger to you all day long. Nah, 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 nah. Nigger, nigger, nigger. What are you going to do? You ain't going to do shit because you're scared to get canceled by us. In your face, honey. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Get the fuck out of here, huh? You're going to take this fucking 28 days and you're going to like it, you fucking mullion. What are you going to get the fuck out of here? That's what you get. You let them attach themselves? Yeah. Gay rights are civil rights. Yeah, we're the same. Look at you now. They grabbed your coattails, they climbed up your back, and they put their foot in your belt loop. Thank you very much. Get the fuck in. Yep, get out of here. Thank you. And they're gone. Now they're up there looking down on your dumbass. And there's nothing you can say about it. Because if you go after them, you know what you'll be called. But don't worry. Don't worry, Black History Month advocates. Come on in here. We'll let you in. Come on in here with the Black conservatives that you shit on all the time. It's okay. We'll be the bigger people. Come on in. I know. Move over. Yep, they used your ass, didn't they? I told you. It's okay. Here, have some water. Sit down for a second. I told you. I told you what they were going to do. They're going to use your punk ass to get what they want and forget all about you. I know. Come here. Huh? I know. It's all right. It's okay. Uh-huh. They told you. Yeah, civil rights and gay rights are the same. That was part of their plan. I know. I told you. But you can come in here and hang out with us. Now do you understand? Now that you see you were just a means to an end, you were a stepping stone. That's all. I know they told you they were friends. We stand with you and all that shit. They put the little black faces on their profile pictures. They got you. I know. They put the little black screen for that one day. Mm-hmm. Yeah, come on in. It's fine. I know. You dumbasses. They got 2 months. There's only 12. They got 2. Do you feel fooled yet? Do you feel bamboozled? You still got the shoe print on your face when they fucking stood on top of you. Man, please. At ease, disease. Reggie, what up? Thank you. What's up, Jericho? Show comes on when the kids get home, and you know, glad I made it for another dose of reality with Uncle Jericho. I'm glad you could be here, Reggie. Thank you. Spank you. What dummies? You let them come hang out. Hey, you cool with us? Yeah, come on in. You'll help us? Yeah, sure. Harry Chillhanger, thank you. He says, when your enemies are plotting against you, stick a finger in their eyes. Of course, but that's not what they did. They helped them out. They helped them plot against them. Oh, here, these are your plans to kill me? Let me help. Dummies. Sal Rumbolo, thank you very much. Hey, Sal Rumbolo. FJB, let's go, Brandon. I agree with both of those 100 million%. Remember when he got the dude who actually made up the "Let's Go Brandon" said that to him on the phone? He said, "Yeah, let's go, Brandon." Idiot! That's your brand. Never mind, dog. Never mind. But if you forget everything I say today, don't forget this. You better be a fucking ally come October, okay? June is a warm-up. Now it's time for the real shit. October 1st to the 31st. Oh, boy. I'm telling you. Ranch and Shan, again, thank you. The more young adults learn how the world works, the more conservative they become. That's why Dems want to control what young people see in the world. Exactly. Their minds are still impressionable. They're still little sponges. Even when you're getting up to your 17, 18, 19, 20. Just because you're legally an adult doesn't mean you don't still have that, juvenile kind of mind that can be easily swayed. When I worked at Trader Joe's, you would see these Greenpeace and Sierra Club motherfuckers outside trying to get signatures. They get paid. They're not out there for their love of the, endangered, spotted, whatever, man. It's not because we need supplies to go out there and wash the oil off of the baby ducks, man. They're not out there for that. They're out there for money. They get paid per signature. But anyway, you would see 99% of the time. Now, of course, usually there was an older hippie kind of like, controlling the group, letting them know, teaching them the ropes and shit. But 99% of them are young people, college-age people, teenagers. They don't know shit. You're still firmly under your parents' wing. They're shielding you from the evils of the world and bills and responsibility. You don't know shit. Just like the doctor told Cleon in Dead Presidents when they told him to get rid of that Vietnamese soldier's head out of his bag because it was rotting. He said, "Shut the fuck up, doc. You don't know shit." So these kids, they don't know anything. They're still floating on cloud nine from their salt and pepper ponytailed Hawaiian shirted professor. Don't listen to your parents, man. They're part of the patriarchy, man. So they still got that shit floating around in their head. They ain't paid no fucking taxes yet or got a callus on their hand or got home. And when you get home from work and you kick your shoes off, I don't care if they're dress shoes, heels, or work boots. That shit feels good. They haven't had that feeling yet. Okay, so they don't know any better. So they're easily led by the nose by these stupid ass groups and by the shit that they put on TV. Hardened individual, a seasoned adult like ourselves, we ain't falling for that shit. They will. When they've been beat over the head with it since they were in fucking 5th grade, they will. Very true, Ransom Shan. Very true. They fucking took 2 months. You name somebody else in this country who has 2 months. There are groups that deserve a whole month that don't have a month. And the Alphabet Soup Group / Ku Klux Trans has 2. JP Irvine, thank you for the Hamilton. He says, Jericho, I really needed to hear your thoughts on this. Just drove by the high school in my neighborhood. And in the high school parking lot, they have a mobile vac station set up promoting and giving shots. Well, JP Irvine, that is fucking disgusting. I wonder if their parents know. I'm sure in that high school and others across the country, they're fostering an environment where if you don't get the poke, there's something wrong with you. You hate society. You don't care about your fellow citizens. I'm better than you because I got this experimental cocktail injected into me. You're some archaic right-wing savage who doesn't care. You're a science denier, fucker. Right? There's probably immense pressure on these kids to get this shit. And the only thing that is going to save them is a strong family unit saying, hey, I don't think so. Because I don't care if you're giving out fucking lollipops. I need to know about it. You can't be injecting things in my kids without my permission. That's a problem. You don't know what the fuck that's going to do to them. You don't know the side effects. The shit's been out for 20 minutes. I would be absolutely blood-boiling furious if I found out they had some kind of medical procedure there for my kid that I didn't know about. I don't care what it is. If you're putting a foreign substance into my child's body, you need my permission. If you do it without my child's permission, we are going to have a fucking problem. A big problem. Especially if it has some side effects down the road. You know how it's going to go. Were you injected with the COVID vaccine in 2019 through 2022? Are you experiencing blood clots, loss of vision, and anal leakage? If so, contact this lawyer now for a class action suit. Are you sterile now? And the fucked up part about it is, it's too late. The damage has been done. You put the shit in them. Now they have these problems and they can't be reversed. And what are you going to do? Go beat up the teacher that let it happen? Go track down the technician that gave it to him? What are you going to do? It's too late. That is absolutely horrible. And unless you have, no, as a matter of fact, it doesn't matter. That doesn't belong there. This is not the place for you to be doing this shit. This needs to be in a public place off of school grounds where I have control. Not while they're at school and they're out of my sight. You're going to be doing this shit. That's deviant. That's very deceptive. That is absolutely horrible. And are you in California, JP Irvine? Because that sounds like some California shit. Rex Rocker, he said breast exams would actually be helpful. Not at a high school parking lot, man. Now, if it's a bunch of adults, hey, yeah, go ahead. You can mammogram yourself to death. Go ahead. Mammogram to your heart's content. What a good job that would be. If you're a straight man, fucking breast doctor, come on. Yeah, that's right, Rex Rocker. He says, oh, yeah, LOL. Yeah, that minor detail. You might want to get that, take care of that minor detail, Rex. Matt, she says, what's up, ya hoser? She says, comment jumped on me again. She says, I thought they had an updated vax you have to take every 2 months. I saw that shit the other day, too. Well, if it works, then why do you keep... Never mind. JP Irvine says, no, Colorado, but it's being flooded with California. Yeah, Colorado's basically California. Colorado's become a fucking California satellite office, just like Austin, Texas. Oh, yeah, California's got its creepy little fingers into all the surrounding states. JP Irvine also says, hold on. I'm from LA. I thought I got out, but they pull me back in. That's right. If you're going to get away from California, man, as you well know, you got to get way the fuck away from there. But don't go too far, because if you end up on the East Coast, then you're right back where you started from. So you got to like somewhere in the middle toward the South, because it's fucking crazy, man. Out left, you know. Used to be called the West, but out left, that's how it is. Heidi Boo says Indiana's safe. Are you marked safe in Indiana? Oh, man. Yeah, that's some wild shit, man. And never in our history have we had such a clamoring for something so unproven. Like, we don't know what it's going to do. And people are just fucking like lemmings, just jumping off the cliff to be the first in line to virtue signal that I care more about you. I'm better than you. Miss Pepsi Girl, she says, so you are telling us, JG, you would inspect Pelosi's bare titties? I am not saying that. And if she came into my office, you best believe I'm calling in sick. I ain't doing that. Big old veiny watermelons. No, thank you. I'll recommend another specialist, but I can't fondle those bags. Oh, no, thank you. Or I just shut down my business. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes to avoid those fun bags that don't have a lot of fun left in them, I get out of it. Or I send her to Corn Pop. He says, I'll grab all titties. Send her to Corn Pop. He's a bad dude. Oh, man. Let's see. It's on one more up here. Devlin McBain says, we need a course. We need a directive and a goal. Well, I would say the course begins the yellow brick road to healing and fixing this country, that starts at voting. I would definitely say that. Vote, 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 vote. Don't be one of these people like, I don't vote. It doesn't count. The machine. No, it counts. And we have to vote. That's number one. And our goal is to get us back to, I don't know, I'd say 1990-ish. With just the freedom to do things that we can't do now, or we can't do as freely now, and freedom away from the oversaturation of their perverted agenda. That's definitely a goal. But I think we achieve that through voting. We achieve that through fighting back against the perverted Hollywood machine with our money. Everybody understands money. I don't care how much of it you have, you know about it. You know how important it is. So that's another thing, is to take the money away from these companies who aren't giving us what we want. That's the beauty of competition. That's why I hate when these fuckers allow things to be monopolized when one of the government's main functions is to break up monopolies. I know, crazy. And Lap D SWAT 1, sorry I said that wrong, but thank you for the donation. Yeah, Chuck McDaniel, it all starts locally. You know, sometimes we get fixated on DC and, you know, what they're doing over there, but it starts locally because they are our representatives. They are the ones who are supposed to go to DC and tell them what we want. So I believe it starts locally, and it starts with voting. JPEP says 1990, things went downhill after Vanilla Ice. Of course, that's a historical marker, is Ice Ice Baby. But yeah, I wouldn't mind going back to 1990 pre-Vanilla Ice. I'm down with that. Oh, okay. It wasn't capitalized. Okay, I get it. Thank you, guys. You know I went to public school. Robert Boycourt says LAPD SWAT. Okay, cool. Thank you also, None the Miser. So LAPD SWAT 1. Boy, you talk about a SWAT team. You in LA? Fuck, I know you got some stories to tell. Man, I know you got some stories to tell. You should write a book. Definitely write a book. The shit you've seen kicking doors in and shit. Oh, man. Rex Rockers. Jericho doesn't need a mod. I don't see anything nasty in the comments. Most of it's funny. Yeah, this today's a good day, but sometimes it's not. It's a weird shit in here. I definitely need them. But yeah, LAPD SWAT 1. Well, hey, thank you for your service. Stay safe. Got a bunch of fucking savages down there, all them smash and grabs, and just the wild shit going on down there, man. LA is fucking disgusting. Wow, JP Irvine says LA is down 700 officers since the beginning of the pandemic. Don't say that. How do you know they planned it, JP? But yeah, that's horrible. Who does that benefit? Not the citizens of LA who the cops are there for in the first place. Golly, man. Golly. Stop it. All right, guys. I got to get going. I have limited time with the kids because I have another podcast I'm doing tonight with my boys Gabe and Sean on Gabe's YouTube channel. Gabe L Taeb Eltaeb. Myself, Gabe Shank will be there tonight. We are talking about the 1991 action classic Stone Cold, starring Brian Bosworth. Remember that dude? When he played, he's a linebacker for Oklahoma. He got drafted to the Seattle Seahawks back when they were shit. And anybody wearing a Seahawks jersey from like 2008 to now, you are not a real Seahawks fan. I want to see some Largent jerseys. I want to see some Kurt Warner jerseys. The original Kurt Warner. And if you don't know who that is, you ain't no damn Seahawks fan. Stop with this Wilson Sherman shit. Anyway, Brian Bosworth, star athlete from Oklahoma, highly drafted, maybe even been number 1 overall that year, whatever. Oh, Dino Mike, don't even try me on this one. He says, have you seen the clips of Van Damme in Breaking? Yes, I have. He had some moves on him before he was the muscles for Brussels. Devlin McBain, you're very welcome. Thank you for being here. But yeah, Brian Bosworth, highly drafted out of Oklahoma. He goes up to the Seattle Seahawks, and he makes the mistake one week of talking shit to Bo Jackson, saying that he was going to stop him and all this shit. So the Raiders came to town, and Bo Jackson gets the ball. He's doing what Bo does, about to score a touchdown. Brian Bosworth is standing in his path. A young, healthy Bo Jackson, Brian Bosworth, the end zone. There's only three people there, three things there. Brian Bosworth gets in his path. Bo Jackson lowers his helmet and spears the shit out of Brian Bosworth. If you look closely, you can see nuggets falling out of the bottom of his pants. He knocked the shit out of him, speared his spirit out of his body, ran over him, and continued down the field. Oh, shit. But yeah, he was in that action movie, the hair, the whole nine. We're going to dissect that shit like only professionals can. So that's going to be tonight, 7 on Gabe Eltaeb's channel. Beautiful. Heidi Booth, thank you again. JG, but you know how it goes. Oh, yes, Heidi. We are getting to that. Valerie Rogers, thank you very much. Are you dead now? Call Mr. Ballin at 666 and die. And it's quality like that you get from 80s and 90s action movies. That's why I love them. Oh, I love those movies. Anyway, guys, so I only got a little bit of time to spend with the family between now and then. You do have to feed them. My son has soccer practice. You know how it is, people. You know how the parent life is. But I love it. So tomorrow, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, just think for a second of the lovely shit we are going to get to talk about tomorrow. It's probably happening now, and I haven't even seen it yet. My goodness. If you have the time and the stomach, try to watch some of this speech that we just went over. I know it's tough. Believe me, I watched it myself. It was hard to get through, but this is the kind of shit they're doing in broad daylight now. You grow up and you're reading stories, and I can't believe they did that in broad daylight, because somehow you expect this kind of shit at night. Bad things happen at night. But they're doing this shit broad daylight. They don't give a fuck. They're not scared of what? You saw what they got away with in 2020. You see what they're doing now. The lies that they told us, they are not afraid. They're doing this shit in broad daylight. They're going to do it again. I know it. I can feel it. Mental Medalist Wife, thank you for that super sticker. I appreciate that. So we're going to talk about it. Whatever these clowns do, we're going to talk about it right here. Okay? You got that right, Socrates Ken, all day. You were great. I was great. We were great. Thank you, everybody. In the comment section, comment your questions. Just being here. I appreciate it. Say it with me, damn it. You know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell, because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net and mygreengear.com. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.